Hi everybody, and welcome to today's edition of Take 12 with Kate. Today we've got a whole series of movements where you'll be in a standing position. So nothing on the floor today. If it's not appealing to you to get down on the ground, then that's not what we're doing. So everything standing. We're going to start with a light marching action here. So just on the spot, bringing one knee up and then the other, alternating. If you want to speed this up and turn it into a high knee run, then you're more than welcome to do so. Go at whatever pace works for you. All right, and then we're going to turn that into butt kickers, so kicking the heels back. Same thing, go to whatever pace works for you. If you want to speed this up, by all means. Otherwise, walking through it. And then we're going to combine those two. So we're going to go right, left, knee up, right, left, heels back. Right, left, going at whatever pace works for you. And then now that you've got it, we're going to switch it up. Left, right, knee, knee, left, right, heel, heel. So just switching up the lead leg here, but keeping the same pattern and as usual, working at whatever pace suits you. Oh, I just messed that up. Last few seconds here. Awesome. Okay, into a little bit of a hip hurdler stretch. Pick one side. Stepping the right leg, or whatever leg you pick, back and forth as if you're stepping over a giant hurdle. 4 or 5 times on that one side. And then you're going to switch legs and do the other side. Four or 5 times as well. Just rotating through that hip. All right, step the right leg forward, toes flex back towards you, and then brush the arms forward as you hinge at the hips, and then switch, other side. So alternating here, one leg and the other, feeling the stretch right at the back of the leg. You may feel your hamstring, so back of the upper leg, or your calf, back of the lower leg. Keeping your back nice and flat, so you're not rounding or crunching over. Last one on this side. Good, step the feet nice and wide, keep the toes pointed forward, sink to the right, back to center, and then to the left. So just alternating here. Once again, 4 or 5 times per side. You're looking for a stretch along the inner thigh in this stretch. If you want to increase the feeling of the stretch, then just step your feet a little bit wider, and that will allow you to sink a little bit deeper into this. Just be mindful it should not feel uncomfortable in any way. All right, let's do one more on each side. And then we're gonna go right into a squat. So stepping the feet shoulder width apart, toes pointing forward, arms can be folded or reaching out, and then sinking the hips back and down as if there's a chair behind you. We're going for time here, so you can go at your own pace. We're working for approximately 30 seconds. And then, as usual, going to the depth that works for you. You want to do half squat, quarter squat, third squat, full squat, as long as your knees are okay. All right, you got time for 1 or 2 more here. And then we're going to hold at the bottom. So just burn it out, whatever the bottom is for you. Abs stay nice and tight, so if someone's going to punch you in the stomach, it should hurt them and not you. So core is engaged, shoulders tall, legs burning, knees sitting directly over your heels if you can. Breathing through it. For 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, shake the legs out. We're going to go into a side lunge here. So bring your right knee up. You're going to step it out to the side. All your weight's going to sink into that right leg. And then back up to standing or to a balance. So you can choose arms out or in. Same thing, we're going for about 30 seconds here. Feeling a stretch in the inner thigh of that left, and then driving into that right glute or right butt cheek to get yourself up to a standing position. So you're thinking of sitting this hip back and down. All right, you got time for 1 or 2 more here. And then same thing, we're gonna sit into this. So most of your weight is on that bent leg, feeling that thigh working, glute as well, core engaged. 3, 2, and 1. All right, gently release that. Give that leg a little shake out, and then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So bring that left knee up, stepping it out to the side, into that side lunge, and then back to standing, or right up into a balance. Your choice here. Same thing, going for time, so you are working at your own pace and the depth that works for you. I am working around a little bit of a left knee issue, so you can see I don't go as deep on this side. So I'm trying to be mindful of the range of motion that's appropriate for me at this time. And you should do the same. All right, last 1 or 2. And then we're gonna sink into that lunge hold. So just burning out the legs a little bit here, most of the weight in that left leg, core tight, shoulders tall, breathing through it. If this does not feel like work, sink a little lower. We're almost there. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let that go. Shake it out. We're gonna go back to the right side now. So you're actually gonna be standing on your right leg. Left knee comes up, and then into airplane position. So you're gonna tip forward, and then same thing. If you can balance between each rep, great. If you wanna step those toes down to reset between each one, great. Now, this is an excellent balance drill, but you should also feel the back of the right leg working here, up into those hamstrings, and then right up into the glute, to those muscles at the back of your hip. And if you would like to have your fingertips on a wall, or table, or chair, or something solid to help you balance, then you are by all means welcome to do so. All right, we've got time for 1 or 2 more on this side. And then you guessed it, we're gonna hold. Breathing through it. If you wanna make this a little tougher, you can reach the arms forward, press that reaching into that left heel away. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, release that. So that's the standing leg that's working on that one. So we're gonna switch and do the opposite side. So right knee's gonna come up this time. Left knee's gonna kick back, or left leg is gonna kick back. Balancing on that left leg, which is straight but not locked at the knee. Arms out for balance if you need. Whoop. Resetting between each rep if you prefer, or trying to balance between each one. So this time feeling the back of that left leg working right up into the glute or that big muscle in your butt. You may also feel your hip, foot and ankle. Those are the muscles that help you to balance into your calf potentially. Last 1 or 2. And then holding here in that airplane position, breathing through it, reaching the arms forward, push that right heel away. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, gently release. Shake that out. Whew. Okay, last couple little movements here. We're gonna go into a stretch. So we did some dynamic stretches or some stretches where you're moving through the stretches. Now we're gonna do the same series essentially, or cover the same muscles, but we're gonna hold the stretches. So feet nice and wide, toes forward, sink to one side, and then just hold. So this way we'll settle in. You want to feel a stretch in the inner thigh of that trail leg or the straightened leg. If you don't feel it, you can walk the feet a little wider, sinking into there. Nice deep breaths here, slowing the heart rate down. Looking to stretch these muscles for 20 to 30 seconds. All right, release. And switch opposite sides, so shift your weight in the other direction, feeling the inner thigh of the trail leg. Once again, stepping the feet a little wider if you need that to get the stretch. It should feel like it's stretching something, but it shouldn't be painful in any way. All right, last deep breath here. Excellent. All right, we'll get into that hamstring stretch. So last time we kind of walked through. This time you're gonna reach the foot forward, toes back, And just hinge until you feel a stretch up the back of that forward leg. The more you pull your toes back, the more you'll feel the stretch. The more you push your hips back, that should increase the stretch as well. Looking for a stretch right up the back of that forward leg. Just breathing into there. All right, gently release and switch. Opposite foot forward, toes back, hinge. Looking for a stretch up the back of the opposite leg this time. This leg on me is so much tighter than my other one. So I can really feel this. Toes back, breathing into it. All right, we're gonna do a hip stretch next. So we did kind of a hip hurdler where you were moving back and forth. We're gonna do a figure 4 here. So crossing one leg over the other. Once again, flex those toes back towards you. And then lean forward until you feel a stretch in this bent leg hip. So I'll just show you from this angle. If you do not feel this, some people feel this more if they actually sit their hips back and down as if there's a chair behind them. Some people feel this one more if they reach forward towards their toes. So you can play around with that. We're looking for a stretch in that bent leg hip. Of course, it should feel like a stretch and not be painful. And for this one, if you want your fingertips on something to help you balance, by all means, go for it. Holding for one more deep breath here. And release, and then we'll switch to the opposite side. So cross it over, flexing the toes back. And then either leaning forward, as if you're touching your toes, or sitting the hips back, or some combination of the two. We're looking for a stretch in the outside of that bent leg hip. You may feel this down the outside of the leg in the IT band. Woo! As well, and that's totally fine. It's all connected, as you know. All right, last deep breath here. Standing tall, reaching the arms forward, pushing the arms and pulling those shoulder blades apart. Couple of nice deep breaths here. Just a little upper back postural release before I send you on your way. Thank you for joining us for Take 12 with Kate. I hope you enjoyed this edition of 12 Minutes Off the Floor, and we hope to see you again soon. Thanks, and have a great day, everybody.